Gravity Gaps, the hand that rocks the Mabel. The hand that rocks the Mabel. Welcome back to Gravity Gaps, the show that believes the scariest thing in the woods is an 8-year-old with a business card. Today we're covering Gravity Falls Season 1, Episode 4, The Hand That Rocks the Mabel. We begin at the Mystery Shack's family talent show / attempted revenue stream. Mabel is on the hunt for romance like it's an Olympic sport. Enter Lil Gideon, a pint-sized showman with coiffed hair, a sparkly suit, and a voice that sounds like a sugar cube doing a sermon. He's introduced as the town's beloved child psychic, and the crowd treats him like a living collectible. He preaches, he prances, he sells merch. If charisma were a coupon, Gideon's would never expire. The town swoons. Dipper's eyebrow ascends into low Earth orbit. Soon, Gideon asks Mabel out. She says yes, because at this point her summer bucket list is just boyfriend, with a lot of stickers. What follows is a montage of aggressively wholesome dates. Mini golf, cotton candy, slow motion laughter, the works. Gideon gives Mabel a locket, and inside, dramatic pause, is a tiny spinning portrait of Gideon himself. That's not a gift, that's a brand placement. Dipper starts gently, then less gently, nudging Mabel to pump the brakes. Something is off. Gideon's psychic routine looks suspiciously like showmanship plus mind games. Mabel counters with a very reasonable, "Let me have this," and we all remember being 13 and confusing giant gestures with genuine. He underestimates the town's appetite for rhinestones and overestimates the appeal of his eyebrows. He's jealous of Gideon's crowds and mutters about stealing trade secrets, which is very on brand for a man who once tried to sell fake magic amulets with a straight face. At dinner, Gideon's mask slips. He pushes too hard for commitment, and Mabel tries to set a boundary with maximum politeness. He hears maybe later as challenge accepted. That's your first big theme, affection versus possession. Gideon doesn't want a girlfriend. He wants a trophy who claps on cue. Dipper does some snooping and discovers the source of Gideon's powers, a mysterious journal, or this one is labeled 2. It's the sibling text to Dipper's Journal 3. Suddenly things snap into focus. Gideon's not making up the weird. The tension spikes at Gideon's next big show. He puts on a spectacle and then corners Mabel on stage with an over-the-top public proposal. It's not romantic, it's strategy. He's using a crowd to leverage compliance. Mabel freezes. Dipper storms the stage to rescue his sister from a yes she doesn't want to give. Gideon flips out, and the gloves come off, figuratively, because his actual gloves stay on for style reasons. What follows is a psychic power showdown that looks like a magic act but plays like emotional manipulation turned physical. Gideon uses the journal's tricks to hurl objects, toss people, and basically rage. Get the concept of boundaries. The chase lands in a hair-raising sequence where Gideon tries to pin Mabel into a corner of obligation. Say you'll be mine. And Mabel, absolute queen, says no, not with cruelty, with clarity. She refuses the pressure, even as the room shakes and the spotlight burns. Dipper backs her up. Stan blunders in and by sheer force of stubbornness and a little luck, helps the kid survive the tantrum. Gideon's show collapses under the weight of its own self-importance. After the smoke clears, Mabel returns the locket. She gives Gideon something better than a yes, a boundary, and the truth. He does not take it well. He vows revenge, which is a normal, healthy reaction for a child celebrity who considers himself a demigod. The town shrugs because they love drama. Mabel's arc is about recognizing that being nice doesn't mean you owe anyone a story where you're the prize. Public pressure, grand gestures, and love bombing aren't romance, they're tactics. Her no is a masterclass in gentle spine. 2. Image versus integrity. Gideon's stagecraft is flawless. Sequins, spotlights, practiced innocence. But it falls apart the moment truth enters the room. Stan is the flip side. His image is chaotic and cynical, but in the crunch he chooses the kids. Integrity wins ugly, and that's still a win. 3. The journals widen the world. Episode 4 says, "Hey, this mystery isn't random. There's a system, authors, and competing users." Dipper treats knowledge as responsibility. He trusts Mabel's judgment but steps in when the stage becomes a trap. Also, detective instincts dial to 11. Grunkle Stan, jealousy clown to scrappy guardian in 60 seconds. He's messy, but his priorities, deep down, are the kids over the con. Gideon, a villain built from unmet need, parental stage, parent energy, and weaponized charm. He's not just a one-off, he's a thread. Favorite comedic beats. Stan trying to sell authentic psychic hair as souvenirs. Dipper's deadpan whenever Gideon speaks in third person. Mabel's polite breakup rehearsals in a mirror, switching from soft pass to nope, but with sprinkles. Gideon's show choir hand flourishes during threats. Terrifying jazz hands. Set pieces that slap. The final standoff where Mabel's no lands harder than any punch. Lessons to keep. Say what you mean, even when the room wants a different answer. If someone controls the spotlight, they don't get to control your choice. Power used to impress is shallow. Power used to protect is real. Power rankings. S tier, Mabel's boundaries and sweater game. A tier, Dipper's sibling radar and journal agility. B tier, Stan's accidental heroism and very intentional grudge. Villain tier, Gideon's charm, effective, brittle, dangerous when denied. Lore whisper. The existence of Journal 2 reframes the map. If knowledge is scattered, then someone scattered it. If someone scattered it, they were hiding from something or planning for someone. Eyes are opening. Triangles in the margins blink. Violet no is a complete sentence. Sequins are not sincerity. And siblings make pretty good bodyguards. If you enjoyed this, follow the show, drop a 5-star review with the words glitter boundaries, and share with a friend who thinks charisma is a personality. I'm your host, reminding you, real magic isn't on stage. It's choosing yourself in the middle of the applause. See you next time for episode 5, where secrets hide in the trees and the trees have opinions.